Well, today is not just about the trophy. Of course, we are revealing the trophy. But today is about the day one of the repositioning of African club football. Taking African club football to be amongst the best in the world. The president of CAF, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, 4 years ago gave us a clear mandate. We have to make African football to be amongst the best in the world. We've got to make African football globally competitive. How do we do this? We've got to look at the product. We've got to fix the product. We've got to look what are the best practice globally, and then we look at how we can localize this. The launch of the trophy is staying with the tradition. The launch of the new Total Energies CAF Champions League trophy is staying with the tradition, but modernizing it, giving it a nice modern look, new look that is more modern, more sophisticated, but also staying true to the tradition of African football. We're very excited about today because it heralds a new era whereby African football, the investment of African football, how it is received globally, is also going to be changing. We are not just going to change the trophy of the Total Energies CAF Champions League. In 36 hours, we are launching a new trophy of the Total Energies CAF Confederations Cup. So whoever wins between Berkane and Simba is going to lift a brand new trophy. It's an era of new. Some of you watched the Total Energies AFCON Under 20 new trophy. Some of you are going to be watching Total Energies AFCON, Women's AFCON, new trophy is coming up, and I'm very excited by that trophy, by the way. And I think it's really a clear indication of the commitment, the investment, and the fact that football money is going towards football.
Okay. And also from this, we've seen a lot of changes also taking place with these different competitions. There's constantly been talk of expansion of this tournament, especially this particular one. Is it something that CAF is busy with and looking at how, especially the countries that are ranked in the top 3, top 4, top 5 are dominating the knockout phase?
I mean, you should see the robust debates at CAF at the moment about inter-club football alone. By the way, CAF not only is debating this, is hiring some of the best skills. We've just hired a South African, Derek Blankenset, to head our professional club football, because we are really serious about this part. We're looking at how we can give it a strong, not only in sentiments, but also ensuring that we are listening across the board to what people are saying. Just the design of the trophy alone took forever for people to decide and discuss about it. Obviously, there's a big discussion about how should inter-club football look like in Africa. There is an African Football League. There is a Total Energies CAF Champions League. There is a Total Energies CAF Confederations Cup. How do we look at these products, and how do we ensure that each of them has an identity, complementing one another? Because sometimes people look at it as if these are different entities. They're not mutually exclusive, complementing one another, but also creating different revenue streams. Because, I mean, for example, if anyone wins the Total Energies CAF Champions League, you get over 80 million rands. It's unheard of in African football. You can be investing in great players, you can invest in great facilities, and so on and so forth. Now, this is a new era in African football. The format of the competitions, I think there's a lot of discussions that are happening. We've got the African Club Association with Jessica Mutau, with Hersi, Said heading it. Hersi sits at EXCO, which means that the clubs for the first time have a voice at EXCO level. So we are listening a lot. The clubs have to talk among themselves, give the input to CAF. They sit at the highest decision-making body at CAF at the moment. So this is the first time we've had this growth and this space for clubs to express themselves.
And I know as someone who's also looking at the eyeballs and what the eyeballs bring, it's a mouth-watering situation to have the Zamalek and Ali, Pyramids, the Kaizer Chiefs, the Sundowns, the Orlando Pirates, or a Wydad, the Raja, and Berkane in the same competition.
Look, I watched a bit from afar when Kaizer Chiefs in South Africa won one of the trophies here in South Africa. Your whole country was just, almost covered in euphoria. It shows the power of football. It shows the power and the brands, the strong brands you have. Mamelodi Sundowns just won the league trophy here in South Africa as well. It shows the strength that you guys have in international football. Now, we've got to, a South Africa that develops alone is not good. even for South Africa. In Egypt, that develops alone is not good, even for Egypt. We've got to look at how we can use the strength of some of the top leagues, top teams, to leverage on them and build. But we cannot leave other people behind. We've got to grow and develop football in all the other parts. And club football is at the center of this. I mean, I worked in club football for 9 years, so I appreciate how the role of club football in ensuring that not only the leagues are strong, but the national teams are strong.
Yeah, Lux, what inspires CAF to not rest on their laurels as well? I mean, I was listening to Thomas throwing out numbers from years gone by, which pale in comparison to now. I've seen some of the stats that come out from CAF about the numbers from a broadcast and revenue point of view as well. What is the motivation behind that as well? Because clubs used to frown on inter-club competitions in the past.
Well, the first one is our CAF president, who calls us at 1 a.m., always asking us to innovate, and it's not a joke, you know. Everything is about leadership. If you've got a leader like Dr. Patrice Motsepe, who's breathing on your neck on a daily basis, how can we get better? How can we position ourselves as a dominant force in African football, in global football? And I think this is at the heart of this innovation. I mean, the issue of the trophies, people don't give him credit, but he's the one who was pushing us, guys. You can't talk about product looking different if the trophies look the same as they were looking 15 years ago. But you look at the fact that when we spend so much time and money and effort reinventing a lot of stuff with the AFCON, not only did we grow the viewership from 580 million to 1.5 billion people. So you can see the relationship between the investment and the results that are it. And for a very long time, African football was seen as a hobby, nice to have. Now, with a lot of companies, I mean, a great investment by the likes of Total Energies, African football is a vehicle to connect with the hearts and souls of billions of people in this continent.
Just lastly, what does Mr. Derek Blankenship bring to CAF?
Experience. Derek is someone I've known for a very long time. Derek has been involved in club football since the 70s, when it was not fashionable for people who look like him to go to the townships in the 70s. Derek Blankenship, Ronnie Schloss, Raymond Heck used to go and play in the townships. He understands football not only from a privileged point of view, club football. Derek Blankenship and his generation understand and has been part of the steps. When the NSL was reinventing itself, Derek Blankenship was at Wits University at the time. Went to work at the 2010 World Cup, went to work at the league, the PSL in South Africa as a general manager, tried and tested administrator, calm, can listen. He's going to play a very, very big role also in mentoring because he's not young. That means that we have an opportunity to leverage from his knowledge. I think he brings a lot to us in credibility, in experience, in calmness, and in also playing a very big role in us looking forward.
And his experience at the PSL and Orlando Pirates, working with CAF in the Champions League, I'm sure already knows one or two challenges.
I mean, he's been a general coordinator, he's been a stadium inspector for CAF, and a consultant for CAF, but now we bring him on board to prepare the future generation of administrators in club football. I worked with Derek myself for a number of years. I know what he brings to the table. And the good thing about him is that, I mean, you guys in South Africa must be very proud because you are producing the quality administrators that are actually equal to some of the challenges Africa is facing today.